what it is and what it ain't. I'm gonna let y'all know what I think, but first you gotta hit that post notification bell button so you'll always be in the loop every time I drop another video. This your boy Gold Mile Shorty. Let me get straight down to business. Hey, today we finna talk about that beef between the Luniz and Rappin Forte. Make sure you get your popcorn, sit back and relax and chill. Everything I'm saying is for education and entertainment purposes only. You know, everything alleged. And I'm gonna tell y'all this story the best of my ability because it's so old, you know what I mean? But the beef uh, trickled in the streets, man, and that boy Chris CNH had got into a fight at the Summer Jam. But I'm gonna back y'all up a little bit and tell y'all the story, man. Well, you know, back in the days when E40 and Too Short and all the greats like Spice One and stuff was making noise and stuff, you know, in the music industry. It was this new group came along called the Luniz, and they was put together by Chris Hicks. And Chris Hicks, you know, he was getting beats from Ant Banks, and you know, he was already part of the Dangerous Crew. And word got out that, you know, it was some funk in the town because some niggas shut Too Short showdown, you know what I mean, on some street shit. This way before the beef even trickled in the streets. And Too Short didn't really know what was going on. It was really like Too Short crew going against some other Dangerous Members crew. And that night, you know, the group broke up, the whole Dangerous crew. So, you know, Chris didn't have nothing to do with it, but some of the guys on his side, you know what I mean, did something to some of the guys on Too Short side, and they basically said, you know, Too Short got ran out of the town. And you know what I mean, ever since then, it was a beef. So, you know, uh, Too Short heard about it, and Too Short dropped the track, and it had Rappin Forte on it, and it had MC Breed on it. And basically, you know what I'm saying, it was the song Don't Talk Down on the Player. And, you know, Rappin Forte was dissing the Luniz because he was taking up for Too Short. He was like, man, I'm from the old Oakland streets, San Francisco. I was in the game way back before you even came out. Me and Too Short did a song way back, and I took a little time off, and I still came back, you know what I mean, with Rad Talk. And we getting paper. So don't never talk down on a player, because you'll be a player hater. And then, you know, the Luniz, they kept dropping bombs. You know what I mean? Like, Yup Mouth went over there to rap a lot, and he unleashed a whole bunch of disses, talking about, you know, Rappin Forte was smoking dope in the back of his homeboy Lexus on the way to a show. And he was like, you know, Rappin Forte just want to buy him some more yay, and, you know, just talking about him. Talking about he a crackhead, and, you know, they was making fun of Too Short when he was saying, you know, we went from Sherm to smoking Grammys, and now we making platinum tracks. So, you know what I mean? People know Grammys like, you know, cracking cigarettes and stuff, rolling dirties. So, I got 5 on it, boys. They smoke straight chronic. And at the time, they were just making fun of the shit. And Drew Down got dissed in the song, and Drew Down fired back and was like, nigga, you still smoking crack. Talking about Too Short. Talking about, yeah, you and Run, I think it was Rappin' Run, sold a couple tapes, and then you slid away and bought you a dime. You know what I mean? So it was going back and forth. Spice One was rocking with the Dangerous Crew with Too Short and Rappin Forte, and they were just making songs going at the Luniz up until the time they saw each other at the Summer Jam. And, you know, Luniz got the short end of the stick They lost, but they was like, man, they didn't get touched. And it was just their manager, because their manager caught all the heat from the shit. But they was like, Too Short, you and Swain down blow. And you know what I mean? Rapping Forte was like, the Luniz was acting real groupie-ish when he seen him at the Summer Jam. Like, they didn't say what they said, but they had already talked down on the player. You know what I mean? Then I heard that, No Tribe had lost their deal with Rappin' Forte when everybody from the Bay started saying, man, that nigga smoking yay, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep that nigga on the record label. So, you know what I mean? Rappin' Forte was still mad because, them niggas got him kicked off of No Tribe for, smoking yay, allegedly. But that's just another story. It was all kitty rap and shit, just dissing and shit. Niggas was talking about a whole bunch of people like San Quentin in the songs. You have to go dig up all the songs, man, when they was sneak dissing each other. It's like 10 songs, you feel me? And, just some of them was popular, and, it had disses in it. And, the boys ended up working together. But back then, it was some real heat. It was some real pressure. But, Rappin' Forte kind of won the beef because, he had all he was basically a legend already. So when when the Luniz was trying to do shows in the local market, they was getting shut down there. Well, so if you ever listen to the Luniz tape, they had Redman and all these niggas from everywhere else because, the Bay really wasn't fucking with him. And Rappin' Forte said, you got Yuck Mouth trying to sound like he a New York rapper and shit. We don't play that in the Bay. You know what I mean? It was just a whole bunch of funk, man, but they figured it all out, man. And, they went and did some more music together. It's all love. It's all water on the bridge. Old beef, Rappin' Forte, and the Luniz. The Luniz, like I said, Rappin' Forte, he won the battle, but he really couldn't out-rap the Luniz. But, he just had the foundation in the Bay that was supporting him, so, he really won because they got into a fight or whatever, and the phone jumped off. And a lot of shit just jumped off in the streets, man, but that's enough on that piece of my